Could I use y'all's VCR right quick? I want a double tape.
Hell no.
It's the Mac.
Who said I wanted to get with Sydney? I heard you playing stinky talking this morning. Oh, I don't believe you.
You're right, Skeeter. We're baking these pies for the homemade pie eating contest tomorrow.
Now you wake up to me every morning. I'm coming with you. What? I'm coming with you.
A lot of things had happened to Felisha. Why was there so much hate for such an obviously beautiful woman? She was kind. You didn't hear her using any profanity. You didn't hear any of that. Why would they be so unkind to, a family member? Why would people be so dismissive? Why would no one defend her?
Ever wonder what happened to the woman behind the most famous dismissal in pop culture history? Angela Means didn't just disappear after Bye Felisha became a global phenomenon.
What's up, Craig? What's up, Smokey?
Nothing.
What she did next involves a future NFL quarterback, a secret about her famous son that'll blow your mind, and a vegan empire that started in a donut shop. Oh, and wait until you hear what she reveals about the real reason she wasn't in the Friday sequels. It's not what you think. Angela Means was already somebody before Felisha ever knocked on that door. This woman had walked runways for Bill Blass and Bob Mackie, performed stand-up at the legendary Comedy Act Theater in Atlanta, and opened for Chris Rock, Jamie Foxx, and Sinbad.
Nah, but you can't be too dark and you can't be too light, cause I live in South Central, right? During the riots, my man broke up when he told me I was too light to hang out with him. After that white man got pulled out his truck. Like, nah, baby, you can't roll with the kid.
She wasn't some random actress they found on the street. Growing up on a 200-acre farm in Milan, Michigan, taught Angela some tough lessons early on.
On the farm, and we worked the farm, and I learned the concept, if you don't work, you don't eat.
She was a foster kid raised by relatives, and at 6 feet tall by age 13, she had to fight for everything she got. She grew up with a mentality built on unity and hard work, and she carried it straight into Hollywood.
I grew up in the Bo Schembechler era, and I am a team player. So the team. He coined that phrase.
By 24, she was killing it as a model in Atlanta when a fortune teller grabbed her at a party and said something that would haunt her for decades. The woman looked Angela dead in the eyes and said,
she said, "You're gonna be one of the most famous people in the world." I was like, I still ain't giving you no money. And then she looked, and everyone was looking at me. She said, "And you're gonna do it twice."
Fast forward to 1994, Angela's auditioning for this comedy film written by Ice Cube and DJ Pooh. The character? Felisha, a neighborhood woman who keeps asking to borrow things. During the audition, something magical happened. Ice Cube himself later admitted that the most famous line wasn't even in the script.
Yeah, it's crazy. Bye Felicia's just become this phenomenon, and, it was like kind of a throwaway line in the movie.
But here's where it gets crazy. Angela went so deep into character, she couldn't get out. She wrote an entire backstory for Felisha that would break your heart.
It was an amazing process. It was one of the greatest processes.
This wasn't just some random addict. This was a woman protecting her man Debo, even though he was a bully, because he was the only comfort she'd ever known. In 1995, the same year Friday had theaters, Angela had a baby.
I was 5 months pregnant at the premiere. So by the time the movie came out, it was in full swing. I had a newborn. I wasn't touring. I wasn't doing anything.
The father, Brad Kaya Sr., a screenwriter who worked on Mad TV and wrote the film Oh. That baby would grow up to be Brad Kaya Jr., and here's where Angela drops a bombshell about her son's future.
He's a quarterback. And he's the all-time leading passer at the University of Miami.
Angela made a decision that would shock everyone in Hollywood. She walked away, not gradually. She literally quit everything. While Bye Felisha was catching fire, Angela was at home changing diapers. She turned down every opportunity, every audition, every appearance. The woman who could have capitalized on one of the most iconic moments in cinema history chose to become a football mom instead. But she had a dark secret. She didn't want her son playing football at all. Meanwhile, her baby boy was showing signs of being special. At age 3, music teachers who didn't accept 3-year-olds made an exception for him after meeting him for just 15 minutes. At 6, he was reading football defenses like a veteran quarterback. UCLA coaches came to watch and couldn't believe what they were seeing.
His general overall IQ, and then and his football IQ is just, and the way that he can articulate and how nice and just, it's really awesome to watch a game of football with him.
Brad Jr. would go on to throw for 5,730 yards and 40 touchdowns in high school, leading Chaminade to their first ever state championship. He'd become the University of Miami's all-time leading passer, but Angela had a terrifying fear she was hiding from everyone. As Brad was becoming a star, Angela was watching her Friday co-stars dying one by one, and she knew the truth. It wasn't a curse, it was their health.
It's all the hormones, it's all the testosterone, it's the peers, it's the whatever the thing inside of guys is that makes them aggressive, and it just is what it is.
The last time she saw tiny Debo Lister, she could see death coming. She watched him consume energy drink after energy drink. His leg was swollen from foot to hip, all one size like a tree trunk. She begged him to let her help with her vegan approach, but it was too late.
He could have helped a lot of people by turning his life around through medicine.
John Witherspoon? Angela reveals he ate nothing but fried chicken. The last time she saw him, his face was bloated and he was struggling.
He would go get a bag of fried chicken and that's what he would eat. And the last time I saw him, I could see it, like his face was bloated and he looked like he was struggling.
These weren't random deaths. There was a pattern. Then came 2014. Brad Jr. was heading to the University of Miami to play quarterback.
The day she learned her son had gotten the offer, Angela received another call, one that shifted everything.
In the same conversation that I found out my son got an offer to the University of Miami. My boys, Anthony Wright, called, and the first thing he said was congratulations.
After 20 years, the phrase had become a global phenomenon. The hashtag was used over 35,000 times in August 2014 alone. VH1 launched a reality show called By Felisha. Everyone from Keith Olbermann to Kenya Moore was saying it. Brad would become ACC Rookie of the Year and get drafted by the Detroit Lions in 2017, but the football career that should have made him millions ended abruptly. After bouncing between 4 NFL teams in 2 years, Brad retired at 23. While her son's football dreams were ending, Angela's second act was just beginning. After Brad left for college, she fell into depression and ballooned to 230 pounds. That's when she discovered something that would save her life: veganism.
When I first started this journey, I was 200 and I was about 200, I was pushing 230.
The transformation was dramatic. Angela not only lost the weight, but discovered she could help others reverse diabetes in just 10 days. She could get people off dialysis. She'd witnessed something with her own mother that proved food was killing us all. In September 2017, Angela opened Jackfruit Cafe in a donut shop on Crenshaw Boulevard. Within 6 months, lines were wrapping around both doors. She was serving vegan soul food that had meat eaters swearing it was real.
So she didn't do that vegan stuff. Do that vegan stuff. Danamichi made her, said, just try it. I just need you to try it. She bit into it and was like, damn!
But here's the part nobody talks about: why Angela really wasn't in the Friday sequels. And it's not what you think. She wasn't even invited to be in the promotional video where every other cast member appeared. Even the little kid who kicked trash cans was there. Felisha was already being erased before the sequels were even made.
I'm sure that Kim Whitley at the time, she was on the map. I'm sure that we got what was called scale.
The real shock? Angela doesn't care. She's got bigger plans. And wait until you hear her hilarious take on where Felisha ended up.
Professional athlete mom. Her and Debo had 8 kids. They all professional athletes. They all play. They birthed an entire defensive line, and all their names start with D.
Today, Angela's moved to Tahoka, Texas. Population 3,000. She left Los Angeles in September 2023 because she was tired of LA and the cost of living. She bought a house at 1515 South 1st Street, the same number her son wore as a quarterback, and reopened Jackfruit Cafe. On her 60th birthday in November 2023, she cooked for over 200 people in the community. The Hollywood actress who played one of the most dismissed characters in cinema history is now feeding an entire Texas town one vegan meal at a time. Brad Jr., he's following in his father's footsteps as a screenwriter. In 2021, he made the Academy's top 50 in the prestigious Nickel Fellowship competition. The quarterback who is supposed to be the next big thing in the NFL is now writing the stories. Angela's current net worth is estimated between $300,000 and $3 million. She's written 2 vegan cookbooks, has over 144,000 Instagram followers, and is about to take Jackfruit Cafe products to grocery store freezer sections nationwide. But perhaps the most powerful moment comes when Angela addresses everyone who's been saying bye Felisha for 30 years.
They've been telling Felisha bye for 30 years. When y'all gonna say hi, Felisha? Y'all gonna say hi, Felisha? I got you.
The fortune teller was right. Angela became famous twice. First as Felisha, the most dismissed character in cinema history, and now as the woman saving lives one vegan meal at a time. She didn't just survive Hollywood's rejection, she built an empire from a donut shop. She didn't just raise a quarterback, she raised a man who walked away from the NFL to become a writer. And Felisha, she's not asking to borrow anything anymore. She's the one doing the giving.